Hello and welcome. Hopefully you can hear me. uh, wait a second here. Close that. Okay. Uh, all right. So, hi, welcome. I thought I'd kind of change it up a bit today. Hopefully you can actually hear me. So far, it looks like it's coming in. Sound is coming in. What I'll do is I'll switch it first here, and I don't know if that's better. And I'll switch it over to the other part because I want to use this mic with the one that has uh, reverb on it. So, anyways, so it's been a while since I played the clarinet. Um, Mind you, just to let you know, this was actually my first wind instrument. I only switched to the oboe. I don't play the oboe that much because the oboe that I have, it's named after a company that makes cheese. Which I don't know if it's the same company that makes cheese. I don't know. But anyways, it's not like high quality. Um, like when it comes to the transition between the notes, it's very how do I explain this? It just doesn't flow. So there's a trick to the instrument too. The clarinet and the oboe are very they're it they're not as low maintenance as the flute because with the flute you are the one that usually makes the changes, the adaptations to the sound to give it some tone, color. With the clarinet and the oboe, because they're reed instruments, a lot of it is dependent on the instrument. It's also you, but I think it's more on the flute. So, but anyways, um, let's see. Okay, I just want to double check something before I do anything here because this is for copyright reasons. When did he pass away? 1976. Okay, so I don't think I can play his stuff here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to. Let's see what I can do. I have some copies. I have some. Fingering chart because I need a fingering chart for alternative fingerings. When was this one? I can't see what year this was in. Okay, I have to double check your guys. So when we're doing pieces, especially if you're doing a classical piece, you want to check the date. Um, okay, let's see. Okay. Okay. I think this is the one. It goes to the file itself. Uh, Carl Maria von Weber. When 1826. Okay, so I can play this. Okay. Unless there are some pieces on the book here that I got. It's phrasing studies, this book that I got. But it should tell me what years some of them are, right? Okay. Okay. So there are some parts that I can't play. No, that's phrasing for that one. Okay. Okay, so Symphony number 2. Oh, let's try this one. Okay, so Symphony. Okay, let's try this one. Ooh, I want to see what this sounds like. Okay. So usually when you play it, sometimes you go through the piece itself first. It's normal. It's gonna. So this is technically a piano piece. All right. There must be certain parts of the whole things. Okay, let's do this one. Opus 21. Okay. Let's try this one. There's gonna be 4 bars. Okay, so it's just parts. Okay. I just want to see if I can do this without copyright anything. Okay. I'm gonna have to go to this one first. Okay, so let's see what this sounds like. So this one is called the Grand Duo Concertant pour piano et clarinette ou violon. Okay, sorry about the French. Okay, try this one. So usually when it comes to practice, especially with the clarinet, I like to practice my notes first, especially because it has been a long while. I'm going to do my scales. I'm also going to do long tones here. So for those who don't know long tones are just holding notes like that. You're holding notes. So. Sounds like I'm already playing a classical piece. The notes are interesting there. Okay. So I kind of have been so used to training, practicing through, what do you call this? The scales. They're kind of boring for some people, but I've been learning that when you do things and you commit to it, you do get more results. I know that many people usually want faster results now, and if you really want power, you want to feel self-empowered, you got to practice. You got to put in time. And when I say practice, I don't just necessarily mean like, it as a language teacher, I don't believe in, you can't just practice a language just like that. You have to get input first, and then when input, you get input right away. The more emotions are involved in it. It's just like anything, actually. The more emotions involved in it, the more you're having fun, the easier it is as well. When I say easier, I don't mean like I'm just going to get the answers. I mean easier as in like I actually understand it. Like you're like, oh, this is flowing, right? Because it has to go to the subconscious. Kind of the same thing with music. It has to go to the subconscious in order for you to remember something. That's the other thing. You will remember it. And we're so taught to do things, memorize, memorize, memorize. What that's doing is actually forcing the short-term memory to store energy, basically memory and information, when it's not going to store there. It's not going to stay there. It has to go to the subconscious for it to be remembered, in order for it to be really fully understood. So, but because this is a physical thing with music, it's different. It's not verbal. It's not the communication part. It's not part of the here. The brain, what they say is here. But the point is, it's not going to stick. It's going to stick further the further it is into the subconscious. So. Ah. That was just the concert in the G major. Oh, goodness. Actually, that was G major, so E minor. You can tell it's been a while. happens is with reed instruments, because there's a reed there, it takes time to vibrate. It takes time to get used to it. That's the easy thing about the flute. With the flute, it's different. Because you're not vibrating anything, you're not forcing anything to move. Here you have to. So the reed has to vibrate like that in order to make a sound. So the oboe is kind of similar too. So this is why I think I don't play the clarinet that often. I should, technically not should, but I want to. It's just, I don't know, I think I just tend to rely more on skills that I find I've already acquired, but then it makes for a better performance when you know you've mastered it. But then the reason I'm doing this in the first place is because I'm sharing that it's like, it's okay. You can see that this is part of learning, right? So it's part of growth. It's part of being vulnerable. Okay. Work on. Sure, we'll work on this one. Intervals. So. Mm-hmm. This is a high register stuff. This is the thing with the clarinet. What is the fingering for that E? So there's an E and an F there. Yeah. Let's try this slowly. I learned that when you play the clarinet or the saxophone, you want to move the muscles here. Most of the time, there's a tendency for young students, especially young students, beginners, they squeeze, they clamp on the thing too much, the mouthpiece, and it just goes and causes pressure here in the teeth too, and it's not good. You want to put some support here on the side of the muscles. So it's slightly different. You can tell it's very different from the flute. The flute doesn't do that. Flute is like very relax. And it's more about the airflow rather than the lips. Actually, the clarinet is more about the lips. The oboe, yes, but it's because you're holding it this way. You're learning. I'll show you maybe some other time. So, I didn't know I could reach the F that well. Not, it wasn't that well at all. It was just I could reach it at least. So in the clarinet, there's no vibration. There's no, that's the wrong word. There's no vibrato. Like the whole sound you hear going like that. Yeah. Okay. So I've kind of warmed up a little bit. Let's see. It's actually, so I'm going to put that aside here. Yeah, we'll see where this goes. Okay, so let's see where this goes. Let's see where this goes. Third movement. No, I just want the first movement. Allegro con fuoco. Okay, let's see what this does. So it's halftime. So C, like that, means. Okay, so I'm not there yet. So let's try where this goes. Okay, so we have the first few bars. On the third bar, there's technically a weird bar in the beginning there. It's kind of like a, I don't know what to call that. Sure, it is at that tempo. So it's 1, 2, 1, 2, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So technically, so that's why these quarter notes are actually, I can't show it to you, but so let's go slowly. 1, 2, 3, 4. So da 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 da. So dun, 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 dun. So it's supposed to be. So that's one. This is where pencil comes in. And sometimes, even after years of being a musician, that has nothing to do with really knowing what you're doing. So this is 1. This is 3, 4. 3, 4. Dun, 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 dun. Ah, okay. Because I'm not going to play at that speed. Let's see. Yeah. Right. So yeah. So I'm gonna keep playing. So yeah. Let's see. Let's see what. Okay, let's try this one. I'm gonna give this a try. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Da, 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 da. Ah, huh. So okay, let's try that again. So let me try that. So okay. This is a very challenging piece for me, especially after not playing for clarinet. So it's a pickup. It's a pickup line. It's hard when there's no. Okay, it's very challenging. Okay, let's try this one. So it's really okay. It's super fast. Like it has to be that. Yeah, allegro con foco, fire. Yeah, of course. Okay, let's see if I can slow this down. Is there? Okay, because I want to practice and I want to get to the part a little bit faster. Yeah, is this the second movement? That's just the first one. Andante con mo. Okay, let's try the second move. Mm. Let's see what the speed is like for this one. Oh, it's actually. Okay, so one, two. So, so this will be. Uh, I mean, one and two and so that's how does that work? That's really high. So that's one. No, no, no. This is. Um, You're probably hearing some sounds that are like weird because it's coming from here. It's there's a lot of pressure on the nasal cavity. Not that much. It's gonna be a while to get used to it, but I want to do this one, so it's fine. Let's try this again. Let's see if I can. Let's try that. I think this one's really challenging. Off the counter. Okay. Let's try this again. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. So, so this will be. I'm sorry about that. It's really awful. One. So that at least that part where it's a da 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 da. So let's try that. Am I getting it right? Yeah, I'm doing that right. It goes back into. Oh, come on. Okay. One more time. Okay. And then again. Where is that part? Then. Uh, ah, part is so that part. Uh, high F. Okay. It's so high on the clarinet. Okay, hold on. How do you hold that properly? Where is that? Ah, so 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 I hope your ears, whoever's gonna watch this or who's ever watching this, is not like. Well, at least I actually went through it. Let's see what the rondo looks like. You know what? I'm getting tired. Actually, wait, you know what? Let's see here. Must be the rondo. Rondo. Let's see what it's all about. Oh. Something like that. As it goes into the Hold on. It's a huge jump for me. So that's what bar is that? How many bars are there? Okay, hold on. So okay. Okay. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna come back to this another time. because my fingers are sore. And I'm going to do something different. Let's see if I can. Do I even have that? Oh no, I don't have it here. Okay, let's try. I'm gonna look up something here. And it's already been an hour technically, but I want to try this one. Yeah, second movement. Let's try this one. I hope they have the notes here. Let's see what happens here. So I'm going to be looking at it from this point because I don't have the notes here right now. It's somewhere there. Okay. Let's try that again. Is this not for clarinet? Hold on. Oh, it's for A clarinet. Oh, that's fine. Okay. No. E1. Here we go. this cooking. So. I totally butchered that. Anyways, I don't have the beans with me. Thank you for bearing with me. It's whew, but that's good practice. See my thumb quite sore. So thank you for bearing with me. I know that was horrible, but that's what it's for. Horrible doesn't necessarily mean horrible. I don't think so, but it's going to take some practice. You probably already noticed I'm everywhere. But it's going to take a while to practice. Okay. I'm going to go back into the clarinet, actually. I think I'm going back into it. Plus, I'll get to play other cultural stuff too. The flute doesn't really do that. I don't think so. So, okay. Well, I'm just going to put this away. I'm going to clean this up. There's a lot of moisture that builds up in the wind instruments. You probably already know. Yeah, so thank you for watching. If you have any comments, whatever, let me know. And I think that's it. Thank you for watching. See you guys later. Okay. I'm sorry about the ears. Bye.